Oh my god. It's game week 12. It is freezing. So we are here then for our third to last game in our first season here at the Astrome. Last week couldn't have gone any better for us. We managed to come up with our biggest win of the season, 8-0 against Stroke Titty and Kick It With Your Leg FC and FC Snoozemia, the two that were level on points with us at the top of the table. Before last week's fixture, they both lost. So as it stands, we're in the driving seat. We were in the driving seat 3 or 4 weeks ago. We managed to throw that away, but we've only got 3 more games now, so the chance of us throwing it away is getting slimmer and slimmer by the week. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. We know what we're like. Playing a team today, Ajax Trees Down, who are young. They've been improving throughout the season, getting better and better. They've got a couple of new players as well, who didn't play for them when we played against them the first time. So we know that they're going to be better than when we played them the first time, and when we played them the first time it wasn't an easy game. We've got a strong squad in terms of missing players. No Temps tonight, he's away on holiday in Dublin, and Grant Kirkby, he's had to pull out last minute because of personal reasons, which means Sleet back in the squad. And we'll know he had a little cameo last week which resulted in him scoring a hat-trick, so we wouldn't mind another little cameo like that today. Other than that, more or less the same squad you see from us every single week, so we're looking obviously to take off from where we did last week. We've also got the return of James Heiser as well, who hasn't been here for a very, very long time. I can't actually remember the last game he played for us, but it was a good 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it'd be good to have him back. He'll fill in nicely for the gap that we've got left by Grant Kirkby. Only other thing to say really is that it is absolutely freezing in here. We are the first game on tonight, which means we've not had loads of men running around inside the dome to warm it up. It's 1 degree outside. In here, we're told it's -2 because of the way they have to insulate it, and it just makes the air colder. Which is, yeah, -2 in here today. It's absolutely horrific. So we know we start slowly anyway. Tonight is going to be just that times 10. Look, it's that cold in here that Matt Creasy's actually brought out the old MHSC bubble hat.
I'd get the merch out, but it is. Look, look.
Oh, you can actually see that. No, you can. Yeah, that's the winter merch. Only 3 of these in existence. Very limited edition. That Matt Creasy lucky enough to own one of them.
You can have mine for £100.
Well, that means that maybe there's one more. The other thing is just to say tonight we have got the deaf ref officiating. Which obviously there's nothing wrong with his referee. Last time he refed a perfectly good game, but it does just make the atmosphere very, very strange. You haven't got the ref to talk to, you haven't got the ref to talk back to you about why he's making certain decisions. It's kind of, you hear the whistle, you just have to look up and you just have to go. So it'll make for an interesting game. Let's get it underway. So a final look at the match squad then, as we wait to get things underway in this game. We've got Grez in goal as ever, who'll be buzzing off that clean sheet last week. At the back we've got Creasy and Steve. In our midfield we've got James Heiser and Alex Lockwood. We'll be looking for a little bit of flair from those 2 players, because we've got 2 big brutes up front in myself and Greeno. Obviously not all 7 of them will be on the pitch at the one time, it being 5-a-side, but nice to know we've got a couple of options coming off the bench. We see James Heiser early driving at the fence, squares it across to Lockwood, and it's a poor touch, and the keeper's just happy to get that away for the corner. As the corner comes in, then Heiser looking for options, and he's played a nice little 1-2 there with Alex Lockwood. Got around his man, he lines up to shoot, but he fakes and takes another little couple of touches, gets the shot away. Oh, and that's just past the angle, but a very good start there for MHFC, especially James Heiser. There's Ajax that was come forward, but Alex Lockwood using his body well there, and that's a lovely little turn to get away. But it's come back off him, the ball's been given away, but Tom Green, not the man you'd expect to be back there, but doing well defensively to get that off the pitch. As another cross comes in, and we're getting a lot of corners, and it's Alex Lockwood and James Heiser, the 2 looking most likely at the minute, as we see the ball into Alex Lockwood, but the touch is poor. Greeno looking to defend from the front, but the man turns in really well there. And now it's a 3-on-2 situation, as we've only got 2 at the back, and the Ajax striker has a go. Unfortunately for us, that whistles past the far post. As the ball comes in from another corner, not much doing, but it is picked up by James Heiser at the back post. Tricky little feat from him, and he does get the shot away at the near post, and the keeper making a save again. We see the ball at the back with Grez now, but that's a poor throw, and it's gone straight out to the opposition as he cuts inside his man well. And it's now a 3-on-1 situation. He's played it across, and that is a good save by Grez. You've got to say, you probably expect the striker to do better in that situation, but Grez still had to make the save, and he did as the ball comes out. Quick, fast breaks, 3 on 2 in our favour now. Out to Tom Green, and he's gone from the shot from that tight angle. Definitely better to square it in that situation. I say these are the hardest types of goals to score, and given the size, they're so square, the keeper takes up the majority of them. You've got to square it in those kind of positions. But we've still got the ball as it comes to Matt Creasy, and the ref getting in the way a bit there, but that you can just see has whistled past the near post. As Ajax coming forward now, and this is definitely one of their main danger men. He's got great feet, but the boy's doing well to keep him at bay there. As the ball comes in from Creasy, great defending from Creasy initially, and then turning into a winger. He has told me on plenty of occasions he used to play left wing in his youth, and he was definitely taking a trip a couple of decades back there to get the ball in. As the ball comes across now for Ajax, and wow, we said you've got to square it in these goals and they're the best opportunities, but unfortunately if you do square it, the striker's got to get something on it, and he's completely missed it on that occasion. As James Heiser comes forward, and we've seen him get into lots of very good positions so far in this game, and he's just not hit the target enough. As the ball comes into me, and I'm clean through, and I do hit the target, but I find the keeper in the way on this occasion as Creasy looks to play it, but now it's with the opposition and the ball can break, and there's always a quick break on. But Alex Lockwood, we saw it last week from great determination from him this week again to get back and make the tackle, and again lovely feet from James Heiser. And I swear if this kid upped his finishing just a little bit, he would score 5-6 goals a game, but he does all the hard work, and when it comes to the finish, he just snatches it out a little bit. And a rare opportunity in five-a-side, then we see going into the half-time break, it is 0-0. So we'll be hoping for goals in this second half then, obviously in our favour. So it's very, very rare to see a five-a-side game at 0-0 at the half-time whistle. And it's not to say we've not had the opportunities. We've had plenty of opportunities, just struggling to test the keeper enough in this game. But James Heiser, again, lovely feet. He's seen that trick once or twice, and he's given it straight back to the striker, who plays it just a bit behind me. Cut back inside, looks to get the shot away. Oh, and it's deflected, block by the Ajax defender there, and it comes off the post, and that will be a corner kick as we play it quickly in the corner. Then it's into James Heiser, taking it around 3 or 4 men, but there's still an extra man at the back there to get the block in, and we've seen another block again as the ball was forced out. Great defending from Ajax trees down here, putting their bodies in the way of everything we've got to throw on them. But the boys sensibly just coming back and playing it all the way back to Grez, and we don't mind that. We have the opportunity, but if it's not there, then we have to feel free to come backwards. That's fine, we can start again. And starting again, though, it's not gone too well. It has, lovely little turn. I thought I was going to be intercepted there, but James Heiser, he's cleaned down the wing, and there's a man in the middle, and the ref's blown the whistle there. He seems to think it's gone out of play, and Heiser cannot believe that decision whatsoever. As we do have a look at the ball there, I mean, that's barely over the line at all. I mean, there's about 3/4 of the ball still there, and that would have been a great opportunity. So we don't need decision to go like that when Ajax are capable of coming forwards and scoring themselves. And Grez there, it's a bit untidy, but we don't care how he keeps them out, as long as he did, and he finally finds the ball and manages to pick it out as we can come forward now. And Lockwood was in acres of space there in the middle. It would have been great if it got in, but he maybe had time to take the touch there and slot it in, and it's just not happening for us still going forwards. As we see a lovely little reverse pass, it's a great touch, and Steve not having any of that, and I think he's trying to kick that out for a corner, but Grez has managed to keep it in, and we can come forward now down this right hand side with James Heiser as he plays it across, and that's class from Gruner there to let that run to Steve, who's free on the left hand side. He looks for the cross across the box, and unlucky again, it's come off the thigh of the Ajax defender there and goes out for yet another corner as the corner comes in. Great awareness from Gruner once more to leave it to James Heiser. He gets the shot away, and surprise, surprise, there's an Ajax tree down defender in the way. Great from them, really packing the box, and we can't get past them at the minute. As we see Steve again, it's a shot cross, and it's being deflected off. I don't know, someone, it's come off someone, but the main thing is that it goes in the back of the net, wrong foot in the goalkeeper there. As we look from the angle, it looks like it might have come off the Ajax trees defender there, but as we look at this angle, you can see it does in fact come off the hip of Greeno, and that is one of the strangest goals he will ever score, but it doesn't matter, it's gone in, and it was going to take something like that for us to find our way past this goalkeeper. As we see Ajax now looking to come forward with a reply, but Tom Green, great work at the back there to win the ball, and the ref's given the foul again. I don't know what he's seen there, there's nothing there. I think these kind of things are just given because of the size difference, but they played the ball well. It's a moving ball there, and we could have been punished there. A couple of strange decisions there from the ref. I didn't think it was a foul in the first place, and then they've let them play on from a free kick where the ball was quite clearly moving, and we were nearly punished as Lockwood looks to punish the Ajax tree defence there with a cheeky little chip, but he can't get through, but he hits through clean this time, and he delays the shot a little bit, and it does hit the goalkeeper. I know that was Matt Creasy, I wasn't expecting to see him that far forward. It was him having the shot, and it was blocked on this occasion, but we've come back once more, and this is where we're starting to play our football quite well now, and the referee in fact will blow it there for the end of the game, and a very, very tight game, it has to be said, finishes 1-0 in our favour as we look at the results. And again, a massive result. I think it's 5-0 to the Bohemians over FC Snoozemia. I think they can't have turned up for that one because I'll be very surprised if the Bohemians beat them that comfortably. But nonetheless, it is a 5-0 win for them, which means that when we look at the table, we are now still 2 points ahead at the top of the table because Kick It With Your Leg did win as well. But that goal difference basically makes it 3. And with only 2 games left, we've got a great chance here, but those 2 games are against 2nd and 3rd in the table.
Ooh. I have a feeling Chrissy probably might want his wedding ring. Or I could sell it and say he lost it.
That was not easy, was it? Fairness to the opposition there, they yeah, really played well tonight, and I thought that game had a draw written all over it. I think we definitely had the better chances in the first half. Second half was a bit more of an even game as both teams started going for it, but I mean, they came with a very specific game plan. They were going to sit back, play with the ball, and then come and try and hit us on the counter, which in fairness was a great plan and nearly worked on several occasions. It wasn't for Grez had an absolute blinder today. That's 2 clean sheets in a row for him as well, and he's really coming into his own at the second half of this season. And our goal, thought it wasn't going to come for us, and I'm not actually sure who's. I mean, there's people screaming for a Steve Locke goal there. He hasn't got it so far this season, and he is due one, and we would love it, but we'd love him to score a legitimate goal. So obviously, I won't have seen the footage yet, but I'll have to look back at it and see. I think it's leaning towards maybe an own goal, but either way, it was a very fortunate goal on our part as well. So feel a bit hard on Ajax trees down there because they did play really well, and it was a very tight and enjoyable game to play, in fairness. I mean, stressful because obviously we know that we've got a lot on the line, but an enjoyable and yeah, well matched fixture, I thought. So yeah, well played to the opposition there, but the main thing Grez was saying after the game, when you want to win titles, you've got to win games, and you've got to win them ugly, and definitely tonight was a case of winning it very ugly. Look at him. Look at him. Thanks, mate. You idiot.